Right, that'll get me fired. We're gonna call the insurance committee meeting to order. I'm gonna turn it over to Michael.
Okay, so for several years now, we've been discussing management dental benefits and looking at potentially what type of benefits we have in comparison to some of the benefits that are offered to our union workers. UPSCU, our largest union, sent correspondence out. We had a very lengthy conversation with one of their reps. They said that they were receiving complaints from their members about a decreasing number of dentists in the area, providers, and that the smaller number of providers were not accepting new patients. So they were really having a lot of difficulty with that. So as such, UPSCU had explored and then successfully transferred over to Anthem from their original group that they had used.
For December 1st.
For December 1st, yes, thank you. So currently management uses Delta Dental. And so we had asked for Steve and Betsy, please, to do a comparison as to, okay, let's take a look at currently what management benefits are in comparison to what the new thing going into effect December 1st was going to be. So right now, the first page that you're looking at is a comparison of what our current situation with Delta is, and then what the Anthem is, what UPSCU benefits are going to be. So you see where there is Delta is a 2,000 in-network maximum with a 1,000 out-of-network maximum. Anthem will be offering a 3,000 for both. And then you can just kind of go down the way to see maximums for the ortho, as well as the lesser number of current dentists in our area who are accepting Delta in comparison to Anthem. So we are asking for consideration, please, to approve for management to be able to leave Delta as our provider and to go to Anthem effective January 1st. These quotes were a 2-year guarantee. The difference between the two for the current 120 plans a month would be just shy of $15,000 additional cost for the year. It'd be about $14,400, which after conversations with the controller was already part of the preliminary conversation. So there is money in the budget that could increase management benefits to have a dental plan equal to what our current provider is. So the reason that there is a second page is because that is to just show you that should we stay with our current provider of Delta and have them do a like comparison of what Anthem is offering. So the 3 and the 3, as we mentioned, you can see that the premiums would go up to a higher family of $188 versus the $121 that Delta is currently offering and the $130 that Anthem was offering. So to stay with the current provider and offer same service, it's an additional $41,443 for the county. That is certainly not something that anyone is asking to do.
I'm sorry, currently it's 2 and 1?
2 and 1, yes.
Can we go into 3 and 3?
Just put apples to apples.
Well, I'm asking, so do they offer 2 and 1?
We have 2 and 1 now.
Does Anthem?
No, I understand. Does Anthem offer that? Why are we comparing a 3 and 3 to a 2 and 1?
Because 3 and 3 is what our large union is getting.
So who's getting 2 and 1?
That's what we have. We
That's
want
it.
increase, we would
Oh,
like to
oh,
increase benefits.
okay.
Yeah.
I will say, when I chime in, I will say that anybody who's been to a dentist, by the way, dentists around here make about $350,000. They work 3.5 days a week. I'm a son of a dentist, so he used to work for chickens. Things have changed a lot, and $3,000 covers 1 root canal and a cap now. So it's easy to use up. 2,000, 1,000 was a good benefit 10 years ago. And that's all I meant to say. So
My daughter's braces were over $6,000 for her teeth. So like you say, it's in the orthodontic part of it. So
she's stopped eating tree bark.
Jim,
and
we
she's
had
going
this
to be a
in the budget.
dentist, which is ironic, but
But I also think that in addition to the equivalency, market equivalency, I think the fact that we have almost more than 20% more providers in the network. That's the more important thing.
And that's traditionally what started the comparison from UPSCU, was they were receiving a number of complaints from the members about not being able to find dentists in the area.
So it's interesting though, that two of the dentists will accept Anthem, but not Delta.
Mhm.
So they must be, maybe they're concerned about Delta's reimbursement rates as well. Is that why that happens?
They jump back and forth. Brenda, it's a nightmare to try to figure out who's on what. Every year we do this, it's a different list. So for instance, Chiminelli is a perfect example. One year he's taking something and the next year he's not. So, if you don't check with him, you don't know what they have. So I would say the lists are
In flux?
in flux all the time. They're not like like medical lists, which are pretty consistent.
Which, Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, that would be a burden with our current plan, because now you're looking at an out-of-network provider, which is a considerable amount less of a threshold versus Anthem having an identical maximum for both of them. So we would be able to use out-of-network providers without the threat of reaching that so quickly.
The problem with Delta is out of network, they only pay about 60% of what they pay in network.
Yeah.
So if they pay a dentist $1,000 for a procedure, and the dentist is out of network, they would only pay that out of network dentist $600. So the out of network benefit is basically non-existent. Either you see an in-network dentist or you don't see anyone. And actually that's worked okay with Delta. I mean, Delta's been here for probably 20 years. And they've done a good job. We don't get complaints, but as Michael said, is that dentists, a lot of dentists now just don't take insurance.
Yeah.
And so that Anthem has been able to provide a plan that a fair number of dentists are taking insurance is.
New York State went over to Anthem on October 1st as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah. DHI lost a contract to 250,000 people. And GHI in this county has 2 dentists now that take, they pay nothing. They pay $20 for a cleaning, so dentists won't do that.
Do we just need to take a vote?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it should be noted too that even though Aspen is on here, they haven't been, had a dentist in almost 2 years, so.
There's other
So
locations.
there's only like 5 dentists that were taking Delta if you exclude Aspen.
Yeah, they claim they're opening. I talked to their corporate office. They claim they're opening the office in January. We'll see.
Do you want a motion?
Yeah.
I have one other question, Michael. Under Chiminelli, it says that on the first page there, no X's where under Delta. Is that for new patients or is that because I had called up about 2 hours ago
Mhm.
and asked them if they took Delta? They said, oh, sure.
Next to Chiminelli.
Under
Yeah,
Anthem, but not.
it may have been
There
that,
is next to Delta.
page
Oh, on
2.
one page and not the other.
Oh.
You're right. I should have checked it on that. The first time I called them, I talked to someone. They said they only took Anthem. They only took Delta Premier, which is the,
Well, they said they prefer Delta Premier, but they will take the PPO Delta.
well,
Yes,
what they'll do is they'll
second.
submit it. They'll submit it for you, but they won't take the reimbursement. They'll charge you above and beyond. Did you talk to Barbara?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I talked to her yesterday too, so. Anyway, she said, they would submit the PPO, which is the lower reimbursement rate. The premier rate is the higher reimbursement rate. So that's what Ron takes. Ron Chiminelli takes is the premier. I should have put a check on that one too, but that one I did about a month ago and this one I did in the past week. So yes, there should be a check in Delta also.
So we're looking for a motion.
I'll move it.
Second,
Second.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Michael, you have
Thank you.
anything else?
No, thank you, sir.
Motion to adjourn?
Thank you for your help.
So we'll,
Second.
all in favor? Opposed? Carried.